Hello Shakti ji, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, Amrita, good evening.
Good
Uh,
evening.
Myself Shakti. I'm currently working in TP Solar Limited Tata Power as a group head. I'm having around 15 years of experience in manufacturing. Okay, my previous organizations were Lucas TVS and Nokia India Private Limited and ZF Commercial Vehicle Systems.
Which part of India are you from?
In India, from southern part, I'm from Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli district.
So, we can see you have had an incredible journey spanning from 16 years in industries like automobiles, sports, electronics, and now you're into solar energy. So, what motivated you to transition into the renewable energy sector?
After the experience, the core manufacturing experience in automotive and electronics, and I had an opportunity with the solar industry.
Hmm.
And it was more than just a career move. It felt like a purpose driven shift. And honestly, being part of an industry that is growing, evolving, and making a real difference is energizes me to move to the solar industry.
Oh, really nice. So, were there any specific person or instance that influenced your choices of navigating through your career development?
There are a few key people who really influenced me in my career path. One of them is Mr. Ravi Kumar, who I work with the setup. He had a strong focus on process excellence and people development, and he taught me that leadership is not about just meeting targets. It's about empowering the team and creating and the culture of ownership. That perspective stayed with me, and in TP Solar, Mr. Abhinandan has been another big influencer. His clarity in vision and ability to trust and delegation has helped me to grow into the strategic role. And most probably, my husband has always supported my choices, especially when I stepped into this fast renewable energy sector. That encouragement and from home made the professional shifts much smoother for me.
So, as a group head here in module production at Tata Power Solar, what is it that you do on a daily basis?
Okay, the main responsibility we have to address the bottlenecks on the shop floor to ensure the smooth operations and regular reviews with the supervisors and the lead engineers to discuss about the progresses on and production in terms of production, in terms of rejection. I have to conduct regular reviews with our engineers.
Oh,
So this is a 24/7 company. So we have to separate everything because it is a 24/7 that things everything should be in the lined up.
yeah, correct. So, it must be very intensive
Yeah,
for you.
yes, and the process optimization, that KPI review, everything is under my day-to-day activities.
Hmm. So, like in this manufacturing in sector like solar energy, what are some unique challenges you face in module production? How do you address them?
As a greenfield project, initially we have struck up in the quantities, and um, this is an 80% of women-oriented company. I have to. I am very proud to work here. First of all, then challenges means actually the everyone is fresher to the industry, means they won't see the industry earlier. They are very freshers to the industry environment, coming from local all villages, coming to the, so train them and motivating them to a 24 bar sun company is a not a challenging one, but it is an interesting one for us actually. My all our previous experiences, previous knowledges are very helpful to handle on that times. And during regular production run, after quantity volume picking up, we have structured in the stringer. One part of the operation is stringing operation, we have
Hmm.
struck up on not struck up the volume and all picking up, but uh, s- these improvement on the soldering issues and the crack issues.
Hmm.
We spent a lot on that process and we are keep improving on that also. These
Okay.
micro cracks and soldering defects, we are still working on that.
Now, coming to the solar sector, how do you see the role of manufacturing professionals evolving as the solar industry is growing and it is adopting more advanced technologies? So, do you think it will cater more job opportunities for people, and particularly if you talk about Tamil Nadu or southern part of India?
Yeah, yes, Amrita. Actually, the role of manufacturing professionals in the solar industry is definitely evolving because that growing push from the government adopting that solar energy and the rapid in the advancement of technologies, there is a clear growth in the solar industry. In my role, actually, I see a shift from the traditional manufacturing into a tech-driven approach, actually.
Hmm.
And that's a greater emphasis on the localization, and we are having the sustainability in the manufacturing also. With the government's push, the
Hmm.
more solar adoption, like that PM's Gargar solar and all,
Hmm.
this role will continue to grow. Actually,
Hmm.
across nation we are following, so it is continue to grow. Will be that forefront of not just manufacturing but also shaping the future of clean energy.
And in your experience, do you think that women bring any unique perspective to the energy sector?
Women actually approaching the problems with a collaborative mindset, and we are focusing on the sustainability and long-term solutions. And women tend to have a natural inclination toward creating in the environments where everyone can succeed.
Hmm.
And in solar industry, where we are striving to create a cleaner and more sustainable world, having a diverse voices at the table lead to more innovative solutions. Actually, that work-life balance, health and safety, and mentorship, which helps create better workplaces and strong teams in the long run. So I truly believe that women bring something special to the energy sector.
So, as a woman with extensive experience in manufacturing sector, what challenges have you overcome and what advice would you give to others aspiring to follow your footsteps?
The first thing is work-life balance.
Okay.
For all women, it is very very important and challenging when being married. It is a challenging one, especially in the manufacturing actually, because 24/7 the touch up on the
Hmm.
plant, it should be there actually. Our presence is there or not, but we have to an eye on the professional things. So the family support of for me by my husband, daughter, and my mother-in-law. It's a very extensive one. By their support only, I have sustainedly maintaining my career in the manufacturing field. So,
Oh,
without them, it
that's
is definitely not at all possible. And the resilience also very very important. That because the challenges and bias always will be there, but the resilience is the key to overcome that actually. So
okay. So, in your experience, do you have any specific project which is very close to your heart?
Yes, I had a project with the setup actually that is a male dominated industry which is having around 95% of men workforce. The task assigned to me was that all women assembly cells, which has to be operated by 100% women. That is a challenging one, and we took almost 5 assembly cells we have converted into fully operated by women, and by doing some automations and all. That is always close to my heart, and in that year I got the award of emerging leader of the year in the 2023 across India. The project's actually elevating me a lot, and it is always close to my heart also.
Oh, always inspiring these kind of projects. So,
Yes.
okay, now if you were given a chance to give guidance to budding young professionals, what would you suggest? And particularly if someone is looking to develop a career similar to yours.
One thing, first thing is that problem solving skills. We have to focus on developing the problem solving skills. We have to learn to analyze data and to identify the root causes, implementing the solutions. First thing is that, and second one is that people management and communication skills, because no matter that how strong you are technically, your ability to lead the teams and coordinating the functions, but we have to build the trust that will help to elevate our leadership. And we should not hesitate to take any initiatives and to take any challenges also. That will help me gain exposure early in my career. That is a suggestion from my side for the budding professionals.
Okay, so coming towards the last question, why did you decide to join the Energy Dozen? And what do you like about it? And how do you see that we can use this platform to drive change?
Energy doesn't, because it's a power of collective voices. It's especially when it comes to amplifying the women's contributions to the energy sector. I love that FSR Global has brought together such a diverse group of women leaders. So together, women, we can mentor others and advocate the policies and support for inclusivity and share our stories to others to inspire more women to step into the energy space. So that Energy Dozen platform has the potential to drive real and the lasting changes also.
Okay. Any ending remark from your side to the Energy Dozen cohort?
Yeah, really, I'm happy to join in that Energy Dozen. It's a great opportunity to me to get more knowledge on so many sectors, means different energy sectors. So it's a collaborative approach, and thank you for the FSR Global for the opportunity.